All right, let's jack in. The data stream is live, the terminals are humming, and they are definitely telling you a story.
So what's the official story? The one they're blasting on a 24/7 loop? It's that the market is this clean, logical machine. You know, a place where all the numbers add up and the smartest guys in the room win because they have the right data. It's all very neat, all very tidy.
But come on, have you ever been staring at the ticker, looking at your portfolio, and you just feel a ghost in the machine? A tiny signal buried deep in all that noise that just whispers, none of this is real, that the game is rigged.
Well, today we're not just looking at a glitch in the matrix, we're reading the source code from a ghost who just came clean. We're going to peel back the whole simulation and look at the wiring underneath. Now, quick guardrail. This is purely educational banter for the digital casino, okay? This is not financial advice. Right, let's get into it.
First up, let's look at the official story. This is the data feed they pipe directly into the mainstream. And trust me, it's designed to be calming, a little bit complex, and just boring enough to make you tune out.
So here we go, the latest consumer price index. The suits point to this number, this single, sterile figure, and they tell you, see, inflation is tamed. The message is simple. Everything is fine, move along, nothing to see here.
And this is the high-yield bond spread. Just think of it as the market's heart rate monitor. And according to the suits, the market's pulse is slow and steady. Their official fear gauge is practically taking a nap. No signs of panic anywhere.
Next, we've got the overnight reverse repo. You can think of this as the system's emergency cash drawer, and the official story presents it as just another cog in a big, well-oiled machine. It's orderly, it's predictable, it's boring.
And of course, this is where the so-called smart money parks its cash. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, the big guys. The safe bets, the narrative couldn't be clearer. The market is rational, and the big players are all making these super logical, data-driven decisions. This is the world they want you to believe in.
But then, you unplug from their terminal and you log into reality. And the signal gets, well, it gets chaotic. Welcome to the trenches, people. This is where the actual battle is being fought.
Just take a look at the raw data one user lays out. We're talking negative 7.6 billion in profit, 9.8 billion in debt. I mean, from a purely rational point of view, this stock looks like a smoking crater. This is the bearish case, clear as day.
And yet, in the very same arena, another user calls the CEO the most visionary leader out there. You have two completely opposite realities, supposedly based on the very same company. One side sees total bankruptcy, the other sees a rocket ship to the moon.
So, how can both of these things be true at the same time? Is this just random market noise, or is someone deliberately messing with the signal? An organized, unseen hand pushing these narratives for a reason?
You know what? That's not a rhetorical question, because somebody on the inside just stepped out of the shadows and laid out the entire operation. This is their story. Just let that sink in for a second. This wasn't some disgruntled investor, not a random troll in a basement. This was a paid professional whose entire job was to attack stocks online, a digital mercenary. And he wasn't working alone. He worked for what's called a sentiment manipulation firm. And their mission? Simple: to psychologically hammer a stock, drive the price down into the dirt, and then let their wealthy clients swoop in and scoop up your shares for pennies on the dollar. It's a full-blown psyop designed to shake you out of your position. And the whole thing has a structure. It's wild. At the top, you've got the architects, the ones pushing polished, fake research and phony insider leaks. In the middle, you get the Serpents. That was our insider's job, who slide into forums pretending to be concerned investors. And then at the bottom, you have the disruptors, who just spam, mock, and derail to drown out any real conversation. And yeah, they were paid pretty well to do it. $25 an hour, base pay, a bonus for every post over 80 per day. And here's the real kicker: a monthly performance bonus if the stock price actually went down. They had a direct financial incentive to wreck the stock and torch the portfolios of everyday retail holders. So now we know what they do and why they do it. Let's get to the most important part: how they do it. This is their playbook. This is how you spot them. So how do you actually spot one of these agents out there in the wild? How do you tell the difference between a real skeptic and a paid serpent? Well, lucky for us, the insider didn't just confess,
He handed us their training manual.
These are the literal rooms of engagement. They have to maintain a calm, reasonable tone, so no swearing because it kills their credibility. They don't get angry, they ridicule. They use memes as a weapon to make you look like a crazy cultist. And here's the big one. They almost always ask leading questions instead of making direct statements.
This right here is a classic Serpent move. See, it's not an accusation, it's just a reasonable question, but it's designed to do one thing: plant a tiny seed of doubt. It makes you question your own conviction, all without them ever having to prove a single thing. It's subtle, it's venomous, and it works.
Okay, so what does all this mean? How do you even operate in a market where the information you're getting is being actively poisoned? Simple, you get a new set of eyes.
See, your real edge isn't some secret stock tip. It's knowing that you're in a war of information, and now you have the enemy's playbook.
Which really leaves us with the final question, doesn't it? When you know you're facing a coordinated psychological campaign, one that's designed to make you panic sell, and it's funded by the very people who want to buy your shares for cheap, is the simple act of holding on, of having diamond hands, the most powerful countermove there is. That's the real question on the table. We are watching this chart like a hawk. While you wait for the next candle, grab your free gear. Sign up for Public to get $20 in free assets, check Webull for that BTC promo, or grab your NVIDIA stock on Moomoo. Links are in the description. Smash the like, subscribe to the tribe. Apes together strong.